Alrighty guys, let's go over the best and new cards coming out in the new Tin of the Pharaoh's God. So we have brand new artwork for several fan favorite cards, specifically Dark Magician Girl, we got Blue Eyes, as well as Red Eyes. Now there are some newer cards as well. They just revealed the full spoiler list, and I went ahead and just went over all of them, and it took some time to go over them because it's such a big set. There are, guess how many? 300 almost new cards. It's 275 I guess to be exact, but there's so many new cards to go over. So I'm gonna go over the new cards really fast. I just did cover the Egyptian God stuff, so I'm not gonna cover the new Egyptian God cards in this video, but I want to go over the brand new cards coming out, as well as going over all of the great cards for reprints. I mean, there's some cards that are pretty pricey that you may have a chance to get in here, but your chances are gonna be pretty slim. Remember, there's gonna be like an over 250 plus set. So starting right off, going over the newer cards. Duel Tower is a brand new field spell that says at the start of each battle phase, each player can reveal one monster from their deck that does not have a question mark attack. You banish them face down, then the player who revealed the monster with the highest attack, each player, if tied, can spell summon one monster from their hand, and it can attack directly on the field. Once per turn and during the end phase, you can activate this effect. If you control this card during the end phase of your next turn, destroy all cards on the field. Pretty interesting, brand new card. Next up, we have Rainbow Bridge of Salvation, so Crystal Beast stuff over here. It's a normal trap card that says if there are 2 or more monster types among the level 10 or higher monsters on the field, shuffle all cards except this one from both players' hands, fields, and graveyards into the deck. Then each player draws 5 cards. You can banish this card from your graveyard to add a Crystal Beast monster and 1 field spell from your deck to your hand. You can only apply each effect of Rainbow Bridge of Salvation once per duel, so pretty cool effect though. Soul Energy Max, it's kind of related to the Egyptian gods, but it wasn't released at the same time when we covered the brand new stuff. So anyways, it says if you control Obelisk the Tormentor, whose original attribute is Divine, in your monster zone, tribute 2 other face-up monsters, destroy as many monsters your opponent controls as possible. If you do, inflict 4,000 damage to your opponent during the main or battle phase. You can also banish this card from your graveyard to add 1 Obelisk the Tormentor from your deck or graveyard to your hand. Then immediately after this effect resolves, you can normal summon 1 Obelisk the Tormentor. You can only use each effect of Soul Energy Max once per turn. So like I said, there are more brand new Egyptian God cards, but I'm not going to be covering them in this video because I just covered them, and I'll pin that video down below. But we also have Link into the V-Range, which lets you special summon as a spell card. Special summon 1 monster from your hand but negate its effects. Then immediately after this effect resolves, Link summon 1 Link monster using monsters you control as material, including that monster. This Link summon cannot be negated. Also, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects when a monster is Link summoned this way. If a Link monster or monsters you control is destroyed by battle or card effect while this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card to add 1 monster from your graveyard to your hand with the same original type as one of those destroyed monsters. You can only activate 1 Link into the V-Rings per turn. And then we have, in terms of like the great reprints here, kind of like the money cards essentially out of the set. We'll go over the prices. Keep in mind, this is as of right now, we're just in September 3rd, but prices can change, okay? So looking at the prices right now, Underworld Goddess of the Closed World, I mean, it's a pretty solid, I mean, at the low value, we're basically going to be kind of looking at low/medium here, but at the lowest end, like $20 to $38. Pretty solid card as a reprint. Pot of Prosperity is probably one of the best reprints in this entire set. I mean, this card is pricey. I mean, it's like sitting at like 75 for like the longest time, and even at the lowest 70 in. Yeah, this card is getting a reprint, and a lot of these prices, by the way, are going to be fluctuating within the next couple days because we just got the full list for the spoilers, so people may want to get rid of them ASAP. And sometimes, usually as some of you guys know that are veterans with Yu-Gi-Oh, what happens a lot of times when they get reprinted, a lot of the prices will go down and then they'll go slightly back up. So keep that in mind. You don't have to get rid of yours immediately. A lot of times what happens, again, immediately, sometimes people can profit the most out of getting rid of it ASAP, but then a couple days go by, then it like dips down, and then it goes back up. So that's kind of just how the Yu-Gi-Oh market goes. Then we have Diviner of the Herald. So it was like a solid $30 card for so long. But anyways, right now, that's also getting a reprint, sitting at low to medium-ish. Like we just average it out, I guess we go like 40-ish. But yeah, very, very solid card indeed. Stardust Synchron is actually getting a nice little reprint here. It's not like a super expensive card, but it was like a solid $10 card. Good for any of the Synchro decks. I know Synchro decks haven't been the most popular, but it's a nice reprint for anyone that did want to build it. Then Quartus, another like solid little card over here. It's great that Despians are getting another reprint here. The Ready Rose Dragon is at like $7. Again, there's not that many insane cards. We're talking maybe about 20 cards out of like the 200 and almost 300 cards that are going to be actually valuable. Ready Rose getting a reprint is nice. Ecclesia sitting at about $20-ish. Very, very solid card indeed. And then also we have the Flundery's Impen. It was like a $5 card for like a while at one point, but like it's obviously going to go down in price as it's going to reprint. Lord Heavily of the Prison. It's like a solid $15 card. To like, let's say 20-ish, but yeah, also getting a reprint in this, so that's great. Now DP also getting a reprint, and a lot of people may be scared of certain cards to pick up because of ban list coming out. Hopefully we'll get a ban list announcement soon. I'm not sure if we're gonna get it anytime before this announcement, because if we were to get a ban list, this could affect sales drastically. So maybe it might be safe to say DPE might not be getting hit, Kappa, but we may see it changed in the future. Small World, also a very solid card for a lot of different decks. It's kind of an obscure card though. Lets you reveal a monster in your hand. You get to choose one monster from your deck that has exactly one type of the same type attribute, level, attack, or defense. You banish the revealed monster from your hand, and then you get to add the card. I believe it's because it was like, was it a secret? Yeah, it was a secret, and it was like a solid like $10 card for a long time. It's just kind of one of those like obscure cards that just can kind of hold its value. Like I said, there are so many cards in this set. Actually, like going over the card number, yeah, 275 is the exact number. Lightning Storm, this is a very, very popular card. Okay, the other, I don't know what we're looking at, 1 cent here for. What the heck is this? Whoa, what is this doing on TCG Player? 1 cent. Okay, so Lightning Vortex. Okay, they're looking at the wrong card, because at first I was like, okay, what the heck is that other? Okay, so basically it's a pretty solid card. I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen it, and it's going to be really great for, I think, in the casual audience, even in the main deck in competitive Yu-Gi-Oh. A lot of people like to just run some of these. I think it's a great card overall though. Like it really is solid. But for casuals, they love this card. They like to max out, and I don't blame them. Like on paper, like if you were to tell me there's a card in the future, like when I played Yu-Gi-Oh back in the day, they say you can be like Regeki or like Feather Duster, I would be like, dude, there's no way they would release this card, and it's at 30. And it's crazy how, you know, power creep exists in Yu-Gi-Oh. One of the best prints ever is Forbidden Droplet. Look at these prices over here. What the heck is this low price? Is this going to be for like the reprint, I guess? Okay, from the deep, I guess. Look at these prices. 200. That's for the ulti though, so that's where I guess they have the unlimited. But like, it's a pretty solid card overall. I mean, most decks can make great use out of Droplet, and basically a lot of the hand traps are also getting reprinted here. So Ghost Ogre's not really that expensive, but nice little reprint. Ghost Reaper, again, it's just nice to have these as extra cards. It's basically Ash Blossom and Veiler. Those are like the ones that actually like matter. Ghost Bell is actually a really good card. If you guys haven't side decked this card, definitely give Ghost Bell a try. It's like a solid like $5 card. Also Nibiru, a solid like $10 card, getting a reprint here as well. Via this, and then Dark Ruler No More, another fantastic card, getting a reprint. Dimension Shifter, and I think this card will actually increase in price as the meta starts shifting. Obviously, we're getting the Dark World stuff very soon. This, you activate this, and the Dark World player just has to GG you for that one turn. Like, they literally cannot even play if you Dimension Shifter lock. And there are other archetypes, but that one's going to be the one that's most relevant for this card over here. Then Dark Dragoon, also a very solid like card over here, getting another reprint. So you guys can see there is so many things getting a reprint in here. Even Crossout Designator getting a reprint in this setup. And again, some of these cards, by the way, these aren't going to be the actual prices. I don't know what the prices are. This is just going to tag whatever like the card's name is, if that makes any sense. But yeah, this is pretty much going to be wrapping it up for the entire list for the brand new tins. Let me know, guys, if you think the tin is worth picking up. I think, just like I mentioned before with a lot of these tins, because the card pool is so high, if you're just looking for very specific cards, if you want to open it up because there is, you know, the sake of new Yu-Gi-Oh pack, sure, go for it. But if you're really looking for like 1 or 2 cards, you may be better off just buying them individually, because again, when the set is literally 275, your chances of getting something good could be a little bit slim. But if you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like on it. If you're new here and you want to see more Yu-Gi-Oh videos in the future, subscribe to the bell and you'll definitely see more. But take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.